Well, there you go. Duck soup on the pool. Obviously, we're not swimming in the pool at the moment. Full of ducks. And the pool's full of life too. May as well put fish in it. Yeah, g'day Bush Camping Tools here, where I'm going to refurbish all of these hunting shafts of mine. I've pulled all the old vanes off. I'm going to redo the nocks. Use a heat gun to melt the epoxy to take the nocks off. Give them all new nocks. Give them all new vanes. Put the old heads back on. Use some proper glue to do that. And we're going to do that using my trusty made in America fletching jig. Yeah, there you go. Joe Jan made in America fletching jig. Dusted off the cobwebs off there and get arrow making. Okay, we're going to use this Fletch Tight by Bonning. This is the platinum fletching glue. It's good for vanes and feathers, and they say on this it will glue on all sorts of shafts. Well, we're going to glue it onto these Eastern 2219 shafts. Okay, you got to remember too to work when you're fletching your arrows, work in a well ventilated area where outside. Yeah, that's really important. This stuff is really poisonous. So it's really important to make sure to look side on to make sure that the vane is sitting, evenly along the shaft when you glue your vanes on or feathers. Now this particular glue says it's got a clamp time of 5 minutes and a full cure time of 48 hours. Now these things are going to vary depending upon the weather conditions, how warm it is, and the kind of humidity in the air. So you should bear that in mind when you're choosing, depending on where you live and what time you decide to do, fletch up your shafts. I wouldn't be choosing to do this in winter months. And you should wear eye protection when doing this, and also if you're wearing a plastic watch like this, or watches with plastic bands, I would remove them, and I'd also be wearing eye protection too when using these fletching glues down there, because they warn about that anyway. Set up all your arrows, ready to put the cock feather on there. Okay, as you can see on this, I am gluing these vanes 7/8 of an inch back from the end of the nock, the end of the shaft actually, not the end of the nock, the end of the shaft. So I'm going to mark, put the appropriate marks on all my fletching clamps, vane clamps, etc. So I can all have them at the same thing, so I don't, I can do many arrows all at once. Okay, so now they're all marked 7/8 of an inch back for the vanes. The other mark on here is where I had for fletching regular feathers. Okay, when I'm putting feathers on, but the V is for vanes. Yes, I've got more. I need another one on here, but I've got extra clamps. I'm just not going to use them. Now, even though you may have marked your clamps, it's a good idea to, I think, to keep the same clamp in the same slot in the jig because of slight variances. And if you move them around, you could, end up placing the vanes or your fletching on different, slightly different variations on the shaft. So you can mark them individually and put them in the same positions. Depends on really how accurate your clamp is too, I guess. And also after marking, just double check before you glue it on, double check that it is in line with the cock feather on the shaft. So they're all at the same position on there. That's really important, I feel. Well, ready to go. Like I said, we'll put the fletching on here now. So now what you can do is, because where these go through whisker biscuits or anything like that, you need to put a little bit of glue on the front just to reinforce that front of the fletching. So that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm just going to put a dab of glue like that, and that's a bit too much, so I'm going to show you how to fix that up. So I'm just going to use this stick, you don't want wads of it over there, and it's going to dry and sink down anyway. And that's it. And you can check along here too how that's glued. This was a bit sloppy on this particular one. We've got some better ones. And the same for the back of the fletching up here too. We'll do that too. So the glue will shrink. And remember, this stuff, this particular glue, 48 hours. So don't think you're going to shoot before 48 hours because it just will not be set properly on there. So there you go. That's a spiral taper on these veins on here. Give me more stability. Many people put veins on there, not spiral whatsoever, you know, but it depends. So this is on 2219 shafts. All right, thanks for watching. Bush Camping Tools here.